So let me ask y'all a question, or maybe two. If you have something going on and you're not familiar with that thing, and you don't have anybody reliable to ask, about that subject, and you have decided that you feel like it's something that you convince yourself that it's something that you shouldn't have to pay for, but the people who normally give it to you for free are not available to you. Does that mean that you don't truly need help? Or does that mean that you're not willing to do what it takes or to pay what you need to pay in order to get that assistance? And the reason I'm asking this question is because for many years, people would say that it was not culturally acceptable for melanated people to get counseling. But in actuality, there were a more than a handful, if not half, of the people who needed that help. They didn't want it unless it was going to be free to them. So if the government wasn't going to pay for it, if their insurance didn't cover all of it, they would not go to get that help, right? But if someone came in, like a licensed counselor would come in to give them assistance, doing like an hour session, they would make sure that they were actually someone who was picked so that someone could help them navigate different situations that they had going on. That speaks to your worthiness. That is a worthiness wound where you feel like something needs to be free or cheap before you choose to actually take advantage of those services because you don't want to spend money on yourself. You don't want to spend money on your wellness. It's like people who will look for an apartment complex that has a gym. They'll call it being cost effective because they want a gym to work out at, but they don't want to pay a monthly fee for a gym, right? And I think Planet Fitness is like $15.99, $19.99 is $20. I'm sure that people drop more than that on food in a day or twice a day. But they don't want to, they want to make sure, and they call it being cost effective. But in actuality, that gym will only have a limited amount of things. So you basically limit yourself and the results that you can possibly have because you want to use the things that are around you. And when we call it resourceful, being resourceful means that you are able to use the things around you, the things that are around you, to make something out of nothing. To use, we've taken resourcefulness to the extreme, to the point where now when we see a product, we're trying to reinvent the product. You'll have something that works, and then you'll try to make it yourself. And when you're tired of making it, you then will overextend yourself. So you say, or that's what people be calling it, and decide now I gotta buy it. And then you use it sparingly, not even the way it's supposed to be used. And then you say that the product doesn't work or that there were no results. And that's unfair to the person that created the product because that product had distinct instructions on how it needed to be used. So because you didn't use it right, it doesn't mean that it didn't work. It means that you didn't understand the value and you did not value yourself to give yourself the full experience to get the full results. I've been watching for the past maybe 3, 4, 5 years, right? We're going to say since the pandemic. How people have evolved into, you have people who evolved into having businesses. Then you have people who evolved into wanting to be more resourceful and wanting to make sure that they're able to keep as much of the money that they make as possible while still spending as though they didn't have any money. And choosing not to do things for themselves because they feel like doing those things for themselves is overspending, or it's like spoiling themselves, or that it is in some way feeding the economy and making the economy richer while you are becoming poor. Now we have a vast amount of places that don't get very much business that are going to be closing down. And the moment that it inconveniences us, we complain. If I personally do not shop at Walmart. I don't shop at Walmart. It's too much stuff in Walmart. It's too much stuff going on. And most of the time, I have a hard time finding someone to assist me, especially since now the checkout is automated. So I normally don't go to Walmart. But if there's something that I need, I will go to Walmart. And we know that, different things have happened with DEI and different things like that. But when it comes to the things that I need, when it comes to something that I have to get done, especially since I understand that there was a time when I did not value myself the way that I value myself now, there's no lengths that I won't go to get what it is that I need. Even if I have to spend the last dollar I have, I will make sure that I have what I need, because it's more important for me to be in wellness. It's more important for me to take care of me and my body and my mind and my spirit than to go without something. Now, I'm not talking about luxurious things. I'm not talking about, $5,000 purses. I've never had a $5,000 purse. Shit, I probably ain't never spent more than maybe $50 on a purse. But that's because I'm not really a purse person. But if I was a purse person, who knows how much I would spend on it. And I'm saying all of this to say, we will spend our money on what it is that we feel like is important to us. But what should be the most important to us is us. People don't understand why they should take supplements. This is how this conversation all started for me. I'm talking to many of my clients, my friends, family members, and explaining to them, basically your body is burning. You have high cortisol because your magnesium is low. Your magnesium is low because you're stressed. Okay? Your body burns magnesium like crazy. And you're not eating foods that are high in magnesium. So you're burning the magnesium faster than you can replenish it. On top of that, you need vitamin D. You need magnesium for the vitamin D. And so that your vitamin D is probably low as well. Because we don't spend as much time outside, and you need the vitamin D3 with the K2 so that your body can absorb it. These are simple principles, right? These are simple principles that your doctor may not have ever had a conversation with you about unless your D3 was low or something like that, or very deficient. I have literally watched different people have issues with their mood, with feeling fatigue, feeling overwhelmed, having issues with hydration. And it's a simple fix. But they won't spend the 10 or 15 bucks for supplements for a month, because they say, well, I'm not spending all that money on these supplements and they may not work. You need to take them for maybe 4 to 6 weeks. So your body don't do nothing fast. Your body does nothing fast. The universe don't do nothing fast. Everything, all the momentum that is built up in the universe, it's momentum. It started off slow and it worked its way, and it's in constant momentum with the shifts that are going to happen. It never stops. So as a human that is a reflection of the universe, your momentum to care for yourself should never stop. If you don't understand what you need for some reason, let's say you have circulation issues. We all know that cayenne pepper will help you. If you don't want to eat it on your food, if you think it's too hot, put it in the capsule. That's a no-brainer. You can get cayenne pepper capsules. There's plenty of herbalists that sell cayenne pepper and cayenne pepper capsules, but people will say, well, I don't want to have to spend $20 on some cayenne pepper capsules. But it may keep you from having a heart attack, a stroke. It may keep you from having issues with poor circulation in your legs, like varicose veins, or having any kind of deep vein thrombosis. Like that's a clot. But why would you not want to take something that's going to help you? And do you not understand that if the economy falls, then that means somebody else's economy will thrive? And if your body fails, you won't be here.